This presentation is called Incarcerated Youth, Adults, and Elderly. This is our Health Population Disparities group. It's by Erica Larson, Nikki Hardcastle, and Jody Leibel. There are negative connotations from the media that construed inmates as being uneducated, substance abuse, violent, etc. There are also currently debates on whether to allow social media use in the jail. Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. The fear is that inmates will use the access of social media to stalk a former victim, run crime rings, threaten a witness, arrange contraband drops, or find out personal information about prison guards and officials. Advocates for the use of social media in jail debate that further alienating inmates already cut out from society and make successful return more difficult. There are many challenges that families have to endure when a loved person is incarcerated. There are concerns of financial obligations, disruption of daily routines, stigma related to incarcerated loved ones, thus the restriction of and for caregivers. It is also important to continue emotional support for the incarcerated youth from caregivers through visitation and other communications. The continued support through visitation has shown that it maintains and grows the relationship between families. According to Ton, many inmates hear from courts, families, and friends that they can make the changes needed, but it is more valuable and credible coming from another peer that has gone through the same situation and made the same sacrifices to create and keep positive changes. There's a program that is run by SAMHSA that offers one-to-one support while in jail, citizen groups while in jail, one-on-one support in the community, and various peer support in the community. Programs like these are the goal-driven to the individual to be integrated back into the community with goals of crisis support, community roles and natural supports, individual advocacy, self-help improvement, wellness, recovery, and social networking. Inmates who didn't finish high school are 10 points more likely to be arrested than those who get a high school diploma, and 40 points more likely than those who finished college, which is why we need to advocate for education programs while incarcerated. Prisoners who are released before turning 21 had an arrest rate of about 68%. Those released at age 60 or older have a rate of 16%. There is useful to help propel compassionate release for elderly inmates. In turn, it will save money due to the cost of housing elderly. Upon release, individuals in prison are set up for failure. Contacting local, state, and federal lawmakers can help in changing laws that may assist the population in receiving reliable transportation, safe housing, and opportunities for education. Incarcerated females had nearly double the rate of mental health concerns than males, and three-quarters of prisoners, 74%, and jail inmates, 73%, who met the threshold for SPD, said that they received mental health treatment at some time in their life. Treatment included prescription medication, counseling therapies, or both. There are dangers that have to be faced. Inmates may have many different aspects of danger while incarcerated. The biggest dangers that they face on a daily basis include violent attacks and sexual assaults while incarcerated. Federal investigators found that a handful of states, including Alabama, Florida, and Oklahoma, were in violation of protecting inmates' constitutional rights to be safe from prisoners on prison attacks. Economic status. Those from socially disadvantaged neighborhoods are at a much higher risk of incarceration. A report from prisonpolicy.org shows the incomes of incarcerated population prior to being locked up in jail on the federal prison system. The median annual income was $19,185 prior to incarceration. This income is 40% less than non-incarcerated people in similar age ranges. Religious services are very limited, and ones that are provided vary from prison to prison, mostly due to lack of funding. Another reason is safety. Many jails do not have the staffing, specifically security guards, to be able to perform religious services. Many prisoners do have chaplains, Many jails and prisons are starting to allow more services because it causes peace amongst the incarcerated population. In prison, there are different areas for men and women. There is some evidence to the idea that male judges are more and male guards are less harsh to female offenders. Male inmates are given duties in the kitchen, like cooking, while female inmates are given laundry duty, like folding the laundry. When the demand for prisons grows, so does the surrounding need for more law enforcement agencies, including jails, detention centers, and federal prisons. The ability to house these different needs becomes more of a struggle financially on the population. Certain areas do not have the ability to have as many inmates, nor do they have the resources for it. Currently, the Environment Prison Project is raising money to determine how much of the environment is impacted by the incarcerated population. There was previous incidents where inmates drank water containing arsenic. The ability to maintain health in prisons is concerning. This concludes our presentation on the incarcerated population.